Hi everyone, this is AJ Grossman and I am in Provincetown in my tiny house that I rented, and I'm at the 10th International Encaustic Conference. And I'm making this video in response to the questions about social media and what's important and what's not. And I'm going to go over the importance of it. So first of all, what makes me qualified to do this? Well, I run a full-time business, and by night I'm a part-time artist and I teach a little bit in encaustic. I have spent hundreds of dollars taking classes in social media. I handle the social media for, like I said, my current company. I actually made my business by using social media. I have so many clients in my day business, I don't need to take another client, all by using social media to drive traffic to my website to get clients. I handle the social media for my husband's business as well as two other nonprofits that I volunteer with. And like I said, I've spent a lot of time and money over the years taking classes and traveling for social media seminars and, really honing my skills on it. Right now, I plan, now that my business is running very smoothly and I have that under control, I'm going to apply the principles that I had used there to rebrand my art. Okay, so that's how it goes. So the first thing that you need, usually, and I like to start this way, is a website. And the domain name is very important. In fact, your domain name or the name that you use throughout the internet world should be the same. So 10 years ago, I decided I'm going to start my art website, and somebody actually owned my name. Not only did I own that name, they owned my maiden name and any other configuration of a name I can figure out. So AJ Grossman is a long story, but she actually only exists in the art world. It is not my legal real name. I know that's weird, but I also decided that I needed to keep my day profession, my day business separate from my art world. So I'm kind of like two different people. But anyway, it works. Lo and behold, when Instagram came out, there was a DJ by the name of AJ Grossman. So on Instagram, I had to be AJ Grossman Art. And then I actually changed most of my things from my YouTube channel, my Twitter, and everything to AJ Grossman Art. I'll probably change the website. I'm not so sure about that. But try to make everything consistent. Try to not have numbers in your name. So a lot of times when you're searching for information, it will default to a number. People get messed up with the numbers. Unless your business, your Gallery 400, and you want to keep that, or you use a number somehow in your business name or you're known by it, try to avoid the numbers. It doesn't really help you in the social media world. How do you find out or get your domain? Okay, you can go to GoDaddy.com, or I use Weebly.com because they also host my websites. So you're going to type in your name, it will come up, it's available. Please try to get a .com. If somebody has your name and you can get the .net, most likely people are going to forget the .net. So a .org is used for nonprofits, .edu for education, .biz was created, hardly anybody uses it. Try to be a .com. Okay, you decide, I'm not going to start a website for myself right now. Buying your domain name is very inexpensive. It's usually like $10 a year. I suggest you buy your name. This way you have it, because who knows? There could be another you out there. I didn't know that somebody had my birth name. Go figure. Okay, so I'll make a separate video on what should be on your website. Websites run on a thing called search engine optimization, SEO. That's how they get found and discovered. A lot of people's websites are very stagnant. Also, don't do your websites in Flash, people. Flash is old. It is not searchable. Don't forget, don't let somebody talk you into Flash. No Flash, okay? So, SEO. And websites work on a thing called meta tags, META tags. The social media runs on a thing called hashtags. Those are what make you searchable and found. So your website's going to have your SEO and your meta tags in it. And that's going to be determined if you work with a web designer, they're going to ask you for what are the keywords when you go to search things. We'll make a separate video. I'm going to make a lot of separate videos. Okay, now we're going to the social media. You got your website set up. Now, how are people going to find you on your websites? Websites tend to be static. The social media makes them searchable. That's where the hashtags come in. Okay, so you got Twitter. I do not recommend Twitter for artists simply because Twitter is like texting. And if you can text, you can tweet, but it's not a visual medium. And a lot of times on mobile applications, Twitter does not show the photograph. So it does show it on your desktop. So we're artists, we're painters, we're visual. We want people to see our stuff. So Twitter is great if you're in media, publishing, writing. So celebrities. So I leave Twitter pretty much alone. I actually use it for my husband's business. It has a separate strategy. There's a unique way of using it. We'll just leave it at that. Instagram. I love Instagram. I love Instagram because it's all encompassing. Instagram really changed it for me for my day business. You can have 150 characters for your bio. Most people don't realize it and don't utilize it. You can have a link to your website in it. You can use emoticons. What's an emoticon? We'll talk about that later. It is visual. It works on your mobile phone. It is real time in the instant. It is, I have this terrible runny nose. It is amazing. It is really visual. It's a little addicting. You can direct message in it. You can do a lot with it. But also, it is great because when you type in your hashtags, it saves it. If you don't have to log out, it saves it. And it will tell you how many people are posting with that hashtag, which is excellent information. So it can make a difference if I'm using the right hashtag or not. And those hashtags are what's going to get you found when a curator or a gallery list or a collector is looking for you. So if you paint palm trees, you're always going to use that hashtag palm trees. So when somebody types into Google, painters who paint in palm trees, you're going to come up. How about that, right? So that's Instagram. A lot of times you'll hear me abbreviated Instagram as IG. Okay, Facebook. I have this love-hate relationship with Facebook. The younger generation, which is probably 30 and below, does not use Facebook at all. They're all on Instagram. Facebook is more like a conversation with your friends. People forget that Facebook now accepts hashtags. I actually have my Instagram account. Selectively, I post certain things on my Facebook page. I don't post everything because I don't monitor my Facebook page. I do use Facebook because, of course, to be in the Encaustic Conference, it's a closed Facebook group, so I always want to keep abreast. I do have other groups that I'm active in on it. However, I do find that over the years, Facebook has had security issues. There's a lot of phishing and spamming on it. I want to keep my account as public as possible. But if you don't have a website, I tell everybody, make a Facebook page. You can have a big front banner that has a picture of your artwork, a picture of you. It doesn't really give you that much space for your bio, but it's really simple to use. And so, but like I said, a lot, things get lost in the feed. Their logarithm has to do with who you're connected to, who you're seeing, what you're posting. So you can miss a lot of things in it. And a lot of people don't use that hashtag. So even though it has a search engine box in it, it's not because so many people write conversation in it. But, I have tons of people who instant message me on it. So as much as I want to be off Facebook, it kind of pulls me back in. So I have my mixed emotions on it. But you know what? If that's what you're on and that's what you want and you decide you want to make a business page on it, I just find that there's so many users on it and it's just so cumbersome now that I just find that the Instagram is a little bit more easier to maneuver when I'm looking for something. My personal experience. Okay, then you have LinkedIn. Everybody forgets about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is excellent source for search engine optimization, and most people don't fill it out fully. It has I think 200 characters that you can use to fill out your description. Great place to list your CV or your resume. That top bar that has your area for your bio and your information is highly searchable. So I always tell everybody, fill it out once, put it on your calendar to check it in 6 months. Just, maybe you want to update it or put a show there, or maybe there's a new terminology being used for your artwork. But you should have one. The average user that's on LinkedIn is a higher educated person that makes a 6-figure salary, that goes on there. It is your professional profile. So, utilize it. It's free. So why not have something that's going to sit there and work for you for free, right? Okay. Pinterest. People ask me about Pinterest. Pinterest to me is like my home decorating site. I'll be very honest. I've taken classes on it. It's just not my thing. I get too sucked into it. It's too time consuming. I got a lot on my plate. I have a full-time business to run. I have a home to take care of, you know, a husband that I have to cook for, well, sort of. And, and you know, then I try to want to be in the studio and make art. So it's just something that I end up getting sucked into that's time consuming. And so I kind of look at more for inspiration. I don't really spend a lot of time on it for my art. So I do know you can sell on it. It can be used for business. But like I said, it's just something that I tend to use when I'm looking for, you know, an idea to, you know, what am I going to buy at IKEA and adjust to put in my house? So I'll be very honest, I use it for like home decor. So I went through Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Snapchat. I've been on Snapchat for about a month. I deleted it. I don't like snapping. I don't like chatting. It's these quick little videos. It's a younger audience. I didn't find it at any advantage to it. I can make videos on Instagram if I want. YouTube is another way you can make videos. People can start learning about you. It also runs on meta tags to be searchable and found. I'm not afraid to be in front of the camera and talk. So, you know, it's a different medium. But, you know, I tell people I would leave YouTube as something that's secondary. You know, if you're somebody that blogs or vlogs like me, I prefer to talk on camera as opposed to write. And you don't want to write a blog, you may want to consider it. It's not as searchable, however, than the written word. So blogging, which is another thing, makes you it makes you searchable. So your titles of your blogs, whether on your WordPress blog or you have a website that has an internal blog or a blogger, that helps to increase your searching. So like I said, the whole idea of your social media is to direct people to your main website. The other thing about Instagram, let me take a step back. Instagram has this thing called geotags. And so if I decide that, like, I'm showing at ArtServe in Fort Lauderdale, I will geotag ArtServe and it will show up at my location and people can click on it and the map will come up in Google Maps. So if I'm traveling and I'm following somebody, I'm like, oh my God, they're having this amazing dinner and they tag this restaurant and I'm like, oh, I'm in that town. It's right near me. There's my map. So geotags is a great way of sending people to your art gallery if you're having a show, that you can geotag the location in it. A lot of people don't realize that. Some people say turn off your geotags for safety reasons. I say people leave it on because you can tell it to put the geotag or not. So I don't think I have any stalkers that I'm worried about right now. But it's really good if you're having a gallery show you can geotag the gallery show in there. So that I just remembered. Anyway, there's a lot. I mean, it's overwhelming. But keep your cool. I'm going to make a few other videos, hopefully when I get back home to South Florida. You can post questions here below on YouTube or subscribe to the channel so when something new comes up, you'll be notified of it. You can send me an email at aj@ajgrossman.com. I will answer to the best of my ability or suggest something for a video because a video is easier for me to make. I wish everybody the best of luck registering their names in a .com and not have the problem that I had by having to create a new personality or a new person. So, and I will see everybody hopefully at next year's conference.